Hello everybody, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. And we're here at the beginning of the end. Yes, we're here with Yes Man. And the final one where I take over New Vegas. And for me and not for anyone else. Seems like a bad idea. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'll probably just leave it. Because, you know, I'm a courier and basically what I do. Anyway. I am going to start off the Yes Man stuff by telling him who to ignore, etc, etc, etc. Which is mostly everyone, because I can't be bothered in doing all the stuff, because it has virtually no effect on the storyline. The only people that will have an effect is possibly the Brotherhood of Steel, but we'll ignore those, and he'll have a hissy fit about the fact we're ignoring them. As much as Yes Man can have a hissy fit. We are going to take over Raoul, Cass, and Arcade's routes. We're going to do those. I'm actually going to start with the companion routes because that makes sense to me, and then we'll go back and do the final episode. So hopefully today will be companions and next week will be the end of the series. So this is the penultimate episode. Dun dun dun. Hello, Yes Man.
Don't you just love that platinum chip? Buzzes with power and possibilities.
I mean, it's all right.
If I were you, I'd almost want to deliver the chip to Mr. House, just to learn all its tricks.
Oh, I did.
That is, unless you want to bring the NCR or Caesar's Legion to power. I wouldn't want to tell you what to do.
Let's talk about the tribes.
Of course, ask away.
Boomers have vowed to support me.
Really? Talk about diplomatic skills. I mean, just not getting blown up was a success. Now they'll only blow up the right sorts of people. That's what matters. That's one down, 4 to go.
Okay, you can ignore the Red Rock Canyon. I ignore the Omertas. Oh, tell them about the cannibalism. That's something I did. That's good.
A cannibalism problem? Really? I'm so glad you weren't eaten. That's 4.
Okay, and leave the Brotherhood alone.
Okay, consider them forgotten. Along with the projections that predict they'll be our biggest enemy. Forgotten! That accounts for all the tribes you needed to get to know. As soon as Mr. House is out of the way, things will be great. There'll be so much I can help you accomplish.
Okay, so the next job there is to kill Yes Man and oh, there goes Beware the Wrath of Kaiser, and I'm assuming Don't Tread on the Bear will be along shortly. Or did I miss it? No, there it is. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go and deal with Raoul first. Come on, Raoul, you old bum.
Oh, it's you.
No, actually, tag along with me.
Anything's better than staying here. Let's go.
I agree. Let's go indeed. All right, before we start, I'm tempted to go and speak to Sterling or Loyal first, but let's talk to Raoul. Okay, let's have a chat with you.
I can't believe we were allowed inside the Lucky 38. That place has been a legend since before the war.
I know. Let's talk about you.
Questions, boss? You mean you don't know everything there is to know already?
Can you tell me anything about House?
Just how old do you think I am, boss? Because I can pretty much guarantee I'm older than that. Let me tell you a story from before the Great War. Everybody knew Robert House. He was a genius, a superstar. Founded Robco at 22. Dated Hollywood starlets, the works. They say he saved Las Vegas. I was in Mexico City when the bombs dropped. Even from there, we could see House's defensive rockets shooting down the incoming missiles. Everybody assumed he died in the war. Maybe he did. But his robots are still out there roaming the waste. And now, a Mr. House rules New Vegas.
You can't seriously think they're the same Mr. House.
Maybe not. Maybe the new guy is just a clever raider chief with knowledge of history. Maybe he just left instructions for his robots to carry out in his name. Or maybe Robert House uploaded his brain pattern into a computer and rules to this day a godless, soulless machine god. Maybe the whole thing's a crazy coincidence. Who knows?
Maybe there's a connection. Can you remember anything about Robert House?
I remember there were some weird stories about him, especially near the end. There was a tell-all in El Periódico de las Arboridas by a starlet House dated. She said they never, don't make me spell it out, boss. Anyway, she said all he wanted to do was scan her brain and make her dress up in different outfits.
Well, that's sickening.
It was quite the scandal, at least in the Latin American tabloid journalism market.
Okay, other questions. I've beaten Benny. That's ask him anyway.
Benny, huh?
No. Let's talk about something else. Questions. What's your take on the NCR?
All right, I suppose. Had a bit of a tough going there at the beginning. You know, their first town was nearly wiped out by raiders.
That's true.
Anyway, they got their good points and their bad. Just like a lot of the old governments from before the war.
Okay, and...
Questions?
Ooh. Tell me about New Vegas.
It's big, it's bright, and it's one of the biggest cities still left from before the war. Well, mostly anyway. Used to be just a curiosity. The buildings were pre-war. But it's just as full of raiders and barbarian tribes as any place else. Then Mr. House took over. Got the power turned back on. And got the tribes reformed into something civilized. And now they run his casinos for him.
That's all I want to know. Okay, right. Let's go speak to Sterling. Oh, there's the old codger. Come on, you need to hear this.
Howdy. What brings you back?
I need to exhaust his dialogue tree. Right.
I called her the Long Carabine. Didn't always have the scope. I added that myself. Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt guilty to part with the old girl. The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorbets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different, so long as I could hit my targets.
And have you always been with the 1st Recon?
Used to be a ranger. One of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine were the first to scout the dam. That was back in '73, if I recall. A lot of those rangers are dead now. Vegas always chewed men up. It's just a little more literal nowadays.
Why did you leave the Rangers?
Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. Got myself caught by legionaries up near Malpay. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either.
And how did you manage to escape?
Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me. So they didn't bother tying me up. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado. Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys the satisfaction of killing me. But a couple rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. Lucky break, they said.
And how long have you been stationed here?
Going on 6 months now, but I reckon we'll be moving out soon enough. Can't talk about the details. Till then, we'll man the towers and keep an eye on the fiends. We've had more than our share of trouble from their direction. Whole thing smells of Caesar to me. Of course, that's just guesswork. But I'd still bet a few caps he's stirring up the locals against us.
Well, that makes sense, and that's completely exhausted
Always
his
a
dialogue
pleasure.
tree.
Keep yourself safe. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Are you gonna say anything, Raoul? You should try and talk to me now. Did I not exhaust his entire dialogue tree?
Got a second.
There we go. Sure, what's on your mind?
Meeting Corporal Sterling. Well, it kind of got me thinking. Here's a guy that's been beat all to hell, right? I mean, he could have retired from the service, but instead he signs back on and does what he can. You think he did the right thing?
Ooh. I think it's good he's devoted to his duty. More people should act the way. NCR put a lot of time and money into his training. That's awful. Harsh, but a soldier can't do his job properly with those limitations. Those injuries is nothing but a drain on... No. It's good that he's so devoted to his duty. More people should act that way.
I think so, boss. Because I remember a time when a lot of people stuck to their duty no matter what. It ended with nuclear bombs falling on my hometown.
Yeah, but you survived. Talking about the Great War, what do you remember about it?
I grew up in a place called Hidalgo Ranch, just outside Mexico City. It wasn't much, just a bit of a farm, with a house for 3 generations of Tejadas. I wasn't the best behaved kid. I was quick with my hands, with a pistol or a wrench. And I wasn't afraid to get into fights over it. I never killed anybody, but I had my share of run-ins with the police. Mostly my family kept me in line. This was before the war. We were far enough away from Mexico City when the bombs fell that we missed the worst of it. But things got bad quick.
Go on.
Just a few days after Mexico City was vaporized, refugees started pouring down the road to our ranch. We helped who we could, but there were so many. Eventually, my father started turning people away before we ran out of food. Things got violent. My father and I got our guns, and we drove them off.
And what happened then?
About 24 men came back in the night after we'd gone to sleep. They set fire to the ranch house and barred the doors from the outside. My whole family was trapped inside. I smelt the smoke, and I got myself and my little sister Rafaela out through a window. But everyone else, my parents, my grandmother, my 2 brothers, and 2 of my sisters, all died.
And then?
Rafaela and I ran. We were pursued by some of the men who attacked our home, but I was always a good shot. The ones who came after us, I killed. The rest, I left be. I had to take care of Rafaela, not throw my life away on revenge.
Ooh. Oh, and you blame yourself for this?
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that for all my skills with a pistol, I couldn't help them. Anyway, that was weighing on my mind. Thanks for letting me get it out in the open, boss.
It's okay, we're going to have a few more long stories in a minute. I quite like Raul's stories, but he does on half go on. Nuts. How? Hey, no, Loyal.
I've never been
Okay,
so
right.
happy in my...
Yeah, I don't care. Right, I want to speak to Loyal. Okay, I can't get up there.
Ghoul up close. Isn't that bomb?
There we go.
Thanks so much for making an old man's dreams come true.
Can I get the code? Okay, I was just
Anything
curious. Time for me to go, and hopefully that is enough to get Raul talking.
That's a good thing to see, huh, boss?
Uh-huh. What are you talking about?
That Loyal guy. He's getting up there in years, but he still finds a way to make himself useful to his people. If you ask me,
Right.
that's better than withering away all alone or holding on to some faded piece of glory from your past.
Ooh. He's using years of knowledge to help his tribe. Think that's noble?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
What's on your
Old
mind?
history, boss. After the fire, I knew my sister and I couldn't stay at Hidalgo Ranch anymore. The refugees still wanted me dead. They even put a bounty on me. I remember how scared Rafaela was. I told her if she came with me, we'd see the vaqueros. She used to love the rodeo, especially the trick riders. We figured maybe we could find help in Mexico City. We were young. We didn't know what had happened, really. We didn't understand about the bombs.
Wasn't it basically annihilated in the First War?
I don't think it was as hard hit as D.C. or Bakersfield, but it was bad enough. By the time we got there, the city was a radioactive ruin. Still, the city was full of looters, already forming into the beginnings of raider tribes. Crime was bad before the war, but now it was a nightmare. We were living like scavengers, scraping by on what little food we could find, always looking for medicine for my burns. And then, of course, the radiation started to kick in, turning me into this handsome devil you see before you.
Well, it does sound pretty bad.
You're a poet of understatement, boss. But there were moments it was almost worth it. I still remember finding that novelty costume shop. I was just looking around for something I could slice up to wrap my burns when I saw the vaquero outfit hanging on the rack like it hadn't been touched. I took it, not like anybody else needed it, you know, and wore it back to our camp. Rafaela laughed for the first time since the bombs had fallen.
Wasn't it dangerous to be dressed so noticeably?
It was. I started to build up a legend. Sometimes it headed off trouble, but most of the times it just started more. Young punks looking to prove themselves would come looking for me, but my eyes were sharp and my guns were quick. For a while, it seemed like we might even survive there, until Rafaela.
Died.
She went out to find some food one day. I was sick, so I stayed at our camp. I guess it must have been the beginning of radiation poisoning. Anyway, it was supposed to be safe, but some raiders happened to pass through where she was scavenging. I won't speak of what they did to her. When I found her body, the only way to recognize her was this funny little scar on her knee from when she was a little girl.
That's terrible.
Terrible doesn't begin to cover it, boss. I led my whole family down. First the ranch, now Rafaela. I was the last Tejada. I guess maybe I went a little crazy then. I took my guns and went back to that market. I didn't have many bullets, but I had enough. After the raiders were dead, I salvaged what I could from the store. I was tired. I just wanted to be alone forever.
So what did you do?
I left Mexico City behind. I made my way out to the Gulf Coast. Eventually, I found an old Petro Chico refinery nobody had claimed. I stayed there for a little while, and I thought a lot about my life. I thought about the guns I'd lived by and what they'd gotten me. I decided my guns hadn't gotten me anything, and it was time to give it up. I took off the old vaquero outfit and put on a Petro Chico jumpsuit. The name tag said Miguel, so I started using the name myself. Eventually, I made it to Arizona. That's another story, boss.
Let's go find that other
Nelson
story.
will serve as example. We'll bleed the ground red with anyone who opposes our peace efforts.
Okay, that's a bit scary. Hi, Ranger Andy.
We haven't met yet. You must be new in town.
Oh yeah,
Andy.
I'm the guy that's idolized, the girl, I guess. What'd you do here, Andy?
Right now, a whole lot of sitting on my keister and counting cracks in the ceiling. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. On better days, I help keep the peace. Boone and Vargas watch the road. I watch the town. Tell myself I'm doing some good.
Did you do something to your leg?
Yeah, twice. Actually, the first time, it was more like half my body. Knocked me out of the Rangers. This time, it's mostly just reminded me how useless I've gotten.
So what happened?
A few years back, we get a tip that some Legion slavers were holed up in this burnt-out house a few clicks from where we were stationed. We get there and it's deserted. No sign anyone's been there. I mean, nothing. As we're leaving, I hear something behind me.
Tick,
I
tick,
turn
boom.
around and there's this kid, just skin and bone, and he's looking up at us and he's scared half to death. Been hiding in a closet.
What did you do?
I go to grab him out of there and I notice he's holding something in his hand. Something metal. He shuts himself back in the closet and that's when I see the grenade he's left by my feet. They do it a lot, the Legion, using kids. They know we'll hesitate. Anyway, that was the first time. Second time, I fell down those stairs in front of the motel, just in case I got to thinking I'd put it all behind me.
Let's be nice to him. Your body is injured, not your mind. You're kidding yourself if you think you're useless.
People don't exactly line up to find out what's in my head. Can't remember the last time someone suggested I knew something worth knowing. You know, maybe there's something I can do for you. Since you've gone to all the trouble of flattering a crippled old soldier, there's a move we have in the Rangers for knocking an opponent off his feet. Saved my butt a bunch of times, maybe it will for you too. Let me show you how it's done.
And I've learned Ranger Takedown. Hi, Raoul. Gonna come and speak to me. You know you want to. Just spoken to an old guy. That's your thing.
Hey, boss.
There we
Can I ask
go.
you something?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think of guys like Ranger Andy?
I think he's a hero.
That wasn't what I meant, really. I mean, guys who have a world of experience doing what they do, but have to give it up because they're getting old and slow or too injured.
Ooh. Okay. If after crippling injury, Ranger Andy's tougher and more dangerous than most men alive, or just because someone's crippled doesn't mean they're useless. All that experience is invaluable. I'm going for that one.
Yeah, I suppose he could still teach. Take a less active role in the world. That's not so bad.
That's not kind of what I meant. Is that what you did?
Would it surprise you to know that I used to be a gunslinging adventurer?
No, you've told me
everything
that like twice already.
My home, my family, my name, even my face. I know it's surprising, boss, but I wasn't always just handsome. As far as the world knows, I was Miguel, and I was okay with that. I headed north for a while, and ended up in Tucson. Not Tucson, by the way. Things were good there. Well, maybe not good, but better than Mexico City anyways. I found myself a little shack, started fixing things.
Fixing things?
Well, sure, boss. I was always good at fixing things. Some I fixed for the town, some I fixed for other people, some I fixed just for the hell of it. It's a better way to use your hands than killing.
Killing's quite
And even
useful in this
I
world.
wasn't getting any younger or faster. I lived there for a long time, kept to myself, didn't get into any fights. Hell, the only reason I even kept my guns oiled was professional pride.
Why aren't you still there then?
Getting there, boss. I'd been in Tucson. The locals can call it Tucson all they want, but it's Tucson, damn it. About 75 years when she showed up. Prettiest thing you ever saw, boss. Maybe it was just a trick of my senile brain, but I swear she looked just like my Rafaela. Her name was Claudia. She ended up taking work at one of the brothels in town. I never went to her, of course. How could I? But I looked after her in my own way.
And what happened with her?
This was a long time ago, before Caesar's Legion pacified Arizona and brought the Raider tribes to heel. A tribe came into Tucson one day. More a gang, really. Dirty Dave and his 6 brothers. They were looking for bullets, and I sold some to them. I figured if I did that, they'd leave town before they tore it up too much.
And they killed her. They didn't, did they?
No, boss. No, they didn't. As I was saying, I hoped they'd leave the town in peace. Instead, they decided to stop at Claudia's brothel to take the edge off. I don't know which one of them got rowdy first, but by the time I heard the screams and got my guns, it was too late. They shot up the brothel, killed 4 girls, and taken Claudia for their sport.
Did you rescue
I
her?
went after Dave and his brothers. They had a head start, but they slept nights. I didn't. Took me 3 days to catch up to them. Claudia was dead when I got there. They put a bullet in each of her eyes. I couldn't do anything except avenge her, just like Rafaela. I charged into the middle of their camp and started firing. 2 of them were dead before they knew I was there. The other 5, though, they shot the shit out of me. I would have died, I think, if I wasn't so full of rage.
And how did you survive?
By being a meaner old cuss than the rest of them, boss. I wanted to keep living until they weren't. So I just kept shooting until they were all dead. I was in pretty bad shape in the end, though. I don't know how long I laid there, with the sun baking me and the buzzards chomping at me. Eventually, I got the strength to start moving. Some long time after that, I managed to drag my carcass back to town.
And then?
When I recovered, more or less anyways, I left Tucson and headed west. I ran into Tabitha at Black Mountain, and well, the rest you know. I swore I was done with the gunslinging life. I was too old, too slow, and too beat up to protect anyone anymore. I thought I was done forever, but after traveling with you, I realized I've always had my doubts.
What about?
About whether I'm really too old to keep living the life of a gunslinger after all. And after seeing what you go through, boss, I think I am. From now on, I'll let you deal with the fighting and stick to keeping your gear working. I don't want to slow you down more than I
No
already
way. No. That's not true, Raoul. You're great with a pistol. Although I've never been with you to actually see you use it. I'm sure you're great with it.
do. You think so? Well, you're the boss. Okay, I'll give it a try. But if I get killed, and if there's an afterlife, I'll haunt your ass.
Raoul has gained the old Vaquero perk, which increases his rate of fire with revolvers and lever action firearms by 33%. I'm not convinced this isn't racist. Just as a point. Although I do love the outfit. The outfit's pretty cool. You can go back to base.
Robots with bazookas. I'm sure they'll be a good police force.
Oh yeah. Go home. I need to head on without you. Lucky 38.
Hey, as long as you're not asking me to go back to Black Mountain, I'm a happy old man.
It's okay. I'll see you there in a bit. Why, hello there, Rose of Sharon Cassidy. How are you?
Looking for trouble?
No, only looking around.
Well, keep those eyes up and turning, or I'll set 'em spinning. Got no time for gawkers, or anyone looking for something I ain't selling.
Surprised you can see me from that deep in the bottle.
Deep. Ain't deep by half. Closed down the bar yesterday, gonna close it again today. Rinse and repeat. Drinking to forget, and it's only getting me mad instead. Whiskey always gets my temper up, now more than ever. Drinking used to cause all sorts of trouble back west. Before I punched enough people, that is. And they learned to lay low when the whiskey hit.
So, what are you trying to forget?
Lost my caravan heading north. The driver burned to ash. And they didn't even take the cargo, they just burned that too.
Doesn't sound like raiders.
My guess is Legion. They're trying to cut NCR's supply line. And the Mojave outpost is proof. Got us locked up tighter than a New Vegas virgin. No caravans in, out, and just try arguing with Jackson about it. Roads aren't safe, he says. No shit, you washed out old fuck-up. I didn't need a Brotherhood scribe to tell me that.
I've met him. Nice impersonation.
Yeah, he's been with NCR so long, all he can see is the worst outcome of everything. So he doesn't do anything. Jackson won't let me head north. It's not safe. And even though my caravan's gone, my caravan papers are keeping me here. So if you came here for work, my advice, go find the Crimson Caravan branch south of Vegas. They can help you out.
Oh, I already cleared the roads for Jackson.
No shit. Drinks on me then. Still, not like I'm going anywhere. Caravan title's still keeping me here, even though it's dead and gone.
Anything? Can I actually get you here? Any work?
If you're looking to sign on with Caravan works.
Okay, so I need to go running a gun inside.
Jackson might have something. He was looking to try to get.
I don't know if you can hear it, but my cat's swearing at some birds through the window. If you're wondering what the chittering is, that's fine. Okay, so I need to go and do Crimson Caravan before I can speak to Cass. All right, Alice.
Welcome back.
I'm looking for work.
I'm afraid we have no...
I'll take it. What I need to
Deliver
do.
this invoice to Dr. Hildern. You can find him somewhere inside Camp McCarran.
Okay. Bye.
It's been-
Okay. Right, so I need to finish. You can depend on me. Right, so let's go to Hildern. All right, loser. Here's your invoice.
Something else you...
Invoice.
From Alice. I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste. Wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else? Or
No, that's it. Bye. Okay. Delivered. Go speak to Alice. All right. Come on then.
Welcome back.
Hi. Delivered.
Well, you've proven yourself reliable so far. Would you be interested in more important jobs?
Yeah, what other work do you got?
As much as I like to handle matters personally, I can't be everywhere at once. There is a negotiation with a smaller trading outfit that I'd like resolved as quickly as possible. There's also the matter of Henry Jameson, an employee whose services I'd rather do without. His family connections make it difficult, however. And finally, I need someone to acquire the gunrunner's manufacturing specifications. This job needs to be quiet. No alarms, no deaths.
Tell me about the negotiation.
There's a small trading outfit, Cassidy Caravans, that I'm interested in acquiring. They've been rather competitive, so it's time to buy them out. I have it on good authority that the owner, Cass, wants out of the caravan business. Cass frequently trades with the NCR, so you'll likely find her at the Mojave outpost.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Bye. Okay, so now let's go get companion Cass. Hey, Cass.
You come around like a bad habit. What's on your mind?
It's funny you should ask that. They want to buy your caravan.
They want to buy Cassidy Caravans? Don't they know it's burned to ash? No. Even times being what they are. Not sure I'm looking to sell. Even for all the whiskey in Reno.
Wait, what happened to your caravan?
Mojave happened. Hit by raiders packing some heavy firepower. Can't believe the Crimson Caravan haven't heard. So if you want to buy all of Cassidy Caravans, you're looking at it. And what I got in my pockets. Still, as little as that is, not looking to sell.
So, Even if you have nothing, you won't sell.
If someone came up to you and offered you 1,000 caps for your name, would you take it? Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to hear your answer anyway. Point is, I made the caravan what it is. It's mine.
Have the offer letter, the terms are fair.
Alice McLafferty, eh? No, I see the zeros, and I know she's good for them. Still, it's not about the money. Dad'd spin like a twister if he ever heard I sold our name for anything.
You sure?
Look, I know you came all this way, and that takes some drive, especially these days. Just doesn't feel right. Trading history for a slip of paper.
And lots of caps. Ooh, I hate doing that one. This is the outpost. Is the last place you wanted to be trapped, man.
That's a good point. It's the caravan clearance that's got me stuck here. I'm sure this bar's getting tired of propping me up. Give me that paper. I'll put my name to it. No sense trying to hold the past between your fingers when it's nothing but dirt. All right. There you go. Caravan's yours. Feel kind of relieved, actually. Guess I didn't realize how much I was carrying around with just the name.
What you do now?
No idea. Maybe head back west? Though the idea of heading back there with my tail between my legs isn't appealing.
Could come with me.
Go with you? And why the hell would I do that?
I'm lots of fun. Stay here. You know exactly what's going to happen day in, day out. I promise you that you will not. That will not happen with me.
So fighting boredom is your argument, huh?
Yeah.
Walking the Mojave with you can't be any worse than here. That's for sure. All right. I'm in.
Excellent. Come on, Cassidy.
Patrolling the Mojave almost
Feels
makes you
good
wish
not
for
to have
And-
to drag a Brahmin train across the Mojave.
And I've got the whole gangs here. So that's recruit everybody, which I've never done in a single playthrough. I have recruited everybody, but not in a single playthrough. That's interesting. Actually, before we go anywhere, you and I have probably decent enough karma for you to just give me the quest. Hi.
Well, now that I'm free of the outpost, was wondering if you'd mind making a detour. I'd like to pay my respects to the end of Cassidy caravans. Check out the site where they died.
Sure, I've already been there.
Outside of Vegas, here, Tal. Trapped at the Mojave outpost, so I wasn't able to run there when I heard. Been weeks since it was hit, so the site's probably a Cazador nest by now.
That's pretty good. Okay, think there's anything left?
Only wishful thinking on my part, most likely. At the least, I'd like to pay my respects. I got them into this mess. I owe them that much.
Well, let's go then.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Some of the caravan might be ash, but we were expecting raiders and over-inquisitive NCR border guards. There might be something left. If I'm there with you, shouldn't be hard to spot. And I'd prefer to see the bodies with my own eyes.
Okay, let's go on
All right,
then. Here we are, Cassidy caravans.
God, there's almost nothing left. Looks like whoever it was just in the mood for killing. Most of the cargo's ash, too. Not burned, looks like disintegrated. When I heard the reports, I assumed ash meant burned. So close to the Vegas wall, too. Don't that beat all? Must have happened during the day, though. They hadn't made a camp.
Why would they have done it during the day?
No idea. Maybe catch the sun in their eyes? Maybe they wanted the caravan to come to them, walk into an ambush. We should check the wagon. They may not have got everything. Whatever we find, it's yours. Least I can do for hoofing it all this way with me.
Okay, well, let's check the crates. There isn't much, to be honest. It's energy cells, shockingly. And, you know, trash. There is some psycho to make it.
You know what? What happened in my caravan? Not the first time I've heard about an attack like that. One of our caravans got hit a few months back, and the caravan been burned too, along with the cargo. I wonder if he made the same mistake. And that other caravan got hit with energy weapons, too.
Wanna go check it out?
Yeah. It's a ways, though. Hell of a detour. You sure?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, then. Let's move out.
You know, the Legion are ahead everywhere. They're coming in from all work. But yeah, let's go deal with your caravan.
More energy weapons hit this caravan. Place has been picked clean. This is Brotherhood-level murder here. But they don't do things like that. This was done with a purpose. Let's poke around a bit, see what we can find. Might be something in the wreckage.
Yeah, funny you should mention that. I see, like, a plasma rifle and, you know, other stuff. But mostly there's a plasma rifle and disintegrated, etc. Ooh, oh, it's empty. You gonna say anything to me?
What's that? Looks like a map. Got the route along the west of Vegas, and they've marked another spot. Over here along this stretch. That's fucked up. Middle of nowhere.
Wanna check it out?
Yeah. Something's wrong. I can feel it. It's not any closer than the first. So if you'd rather let be, let me know.
Nah, we'll take time.
All right then, let's move out. Another caravan burned. Except someone made camp here. And I never heard about this attack. Let's look around. Something stinks.
Yeah, there was a guy here and I got like combat armor from him. Yeah, this guy. This Van Graff thug. I got his... Yeah. Stole his everything. So, whenever you're ready, just say what you want to say. And look in all the bodies, because apparently that's...
That does it. That's all I need to know. Crimson Caravan and the Van Graffs. They were behind burning these caravans, and they've got to answer for them. I'm gonna get some extra ammo, a few bottles of whiskey, and then show them how Cassidy's settle accounts.
Ooh, I need to think about this one. Alright, just for Cassidy's sake, because we want her with the calm heart perk, because I like Cassidy and I like her when she's like chiller. Let's get the evidence.
NCR? Are you out of your fucking mind?
They fucking love me.
That'd take years. And with the war with the Legion, no way they're gonna waste time running up the Crimson Caravan or the Van Graffs.
Ooh. The harms of the Van Graffs would last longer and travel back west.
All right. If you poke around the Van Graffs and Alice, fine. But if I see either one go into their camp, I'm gonna start shooting, no matter what you find.
Okay, let's move on. Right, I think what you need to do is you need to go goodbye.
You find any evidence?
Time for us to part ways. Lucky 38.
All right. Don't be long. Robots there give me the creeps.
I won't be long, that's fine. Right, let's go and deal with McClafferty first. Alright, I don't think there's anybody here. Oh, I'm still hidden anyway. So, let's open up the safe. Come on. Ugh. Usually better than this. There we go. Crimson Caravan Van Graff agreement. Let's take their bottle caps. Let's take their money. Because that's the important bit. So, let's have a read of the notes. Agreement between Crimson Caravan and the Van Graffs to undercut or eliminate all other rival caravan companies in the region, such as Gun Runners and Cassidy Caravans. In the event of Cassidy Caravans, Gloria Van Graff has agreed to use mercenaries against Cassidy Caravans to drive down the company's value, allowing McClafferty to purchase the remaining assets at a bargain price. Okay, now I need to deal with the Van Graffs.
Nelson will serve as...
I know Nelson will serve as an example, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go into the strip. Alright, so I need to find information from the Silver Rush. But first, I need to get in there, and I'm not going to have my weapons.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to search you before...
Okay, search away.
It should only take a moment. There, I've stored all of your weapons.
Thanks. And now we have to deal with...
Mr. Soren, please get
Yep.
to the point.
Okay,
The second
so we
half
need
of your
this little
payment is late, and I want to know why.
vignette to
Miss Van Graff,
play.
my associates and I have decided that we wish to renegotiate the terms of our deal.
Might I ask for what reason? The shipment was delivered. The guns were tested before leaving this facility.
Regardless, we feel that the quality of the weapons is below expectation and hope to adjust the price accordingly.
Ah, I think I understand what the issue here is. Excuse me for a moment, would you? Do it. Never break faith with the Van Graffs, Mr. Soren. I expect you'll have the rest of our payment ready tomorrow morning. Okay, everyone. Show's over. Back to work.
Right. Now, I need to get some evidence. I actually think is in the safe back here. Well, I'm hidden. So, there we go. Close that door. Open that door. Hidden, 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 hidden. Safe. Okay. Let's to Gloria. Let's just take anything worth taking, really. Right, so let's have a quick read of the letter. Miscellaneous. Dear Miss Van Graff, it's come to my attention that Cassidy caravans have suffered a number of setbacks recently. I only hope that these latest unfortunate events drive that young booze hound of an owner to finally sell me her remaining assets. As per our agreement, I have bent my not inconsiderable efforts towards weakening your competitors, the gun runners. You can expect a mysterious and sudden surge in sales in the near future. Okay. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Closely.
Yeah, I know. Not that closely. Let's be honest. Hey, Cassidy.
Well, now, look what rolled in. What, you getting lonely out there?
Yeah, looking to join up with me again?
Was reminded why I left this place soon as I walked in. Let's go.
Okay, we also need to chat.
You find any evidence yet? I'm not gonna wait forever.
It's funny you should mention that. Yeah, here's both pieces of evidence.
No shit. There it is. The blood, the motive, as clear as day. They must have penned these with snake venom. But we got it. Now what? Sure, this damns them, but only if someone listens.
Anyone you trust in the NCR?
Well, Jackson and the Mojave outpost could get it to the folks in the west. I wouldn't trust anyone closer to the Colorado. And the Crimson Caravan and the Van Graffs have their heart back west. Not sure it'll do any good, though.
After all the shit I went through to get this, we're going to Jackson.
All right, let's do it. Listen to what he has to say.
All right, Jackson. Got something for you.
Appreciate the help. Wish I had more work for you, but nothing else on the radar at the moment.
It's a magnificent moustache. Of evidence of caravan conspiracy.
What is it? Let me see. All right, this explains a lot of the lost caravans. I thought it was Legion work, but...
Can you get it to the right people, dude?
I can, if you make me a promise. I need you to swear you won't take revenge on Gloria or Alice. If you do, then your case is over, and we can't see that justice is done. I know some things are hard to let go, but you and Miss Cassidy need to understand that. Hear me?
If you can promise it gets where it needs to go.
I can promise that. What happens after? Not even God himself could move the Congress in or out of session. And this is a tricky matter. God, what a mess. People turning against each other when the Mojave's at risk of falling. If the Republic's sinkhole progress doesn't kill us, greed will. Thanks for bringing me this. I know revenge must have been tempting. For what it's worth, I appreciate you didn't shed any more blood. We need to save our strength for the Legion.
Just get it to the NCR government.
I'll do what I can. And those folks that got killed need to be answered for.
Well, that's settled, I suppose.
I suppose. Chasing the dead with more deaths isn't the way.
No, I know. Just hard to say how I feel right now. Wait, that's not true. I think the NCR back west, when riled, is going to be the worst enemy the Van Graffs and the Crimson Caravan ever had. They're all so mired in procedure and paper out there. The kind of evidence we gave is going to be worse than shooting them. I think that settles accounts with me and my men. That was some tricky political maneuvering, but worth it. Even
Really,
if
I
it
just
takes
stole a few
years.
things. Calm heart. Let's go.
All right then.
But you need to go somewhere else now.
Move for the Kings to back.
So you need to go.
Careful where you flash that chip of yours. Not sure what kind of caps it's worth, but it's a tempting target.
I literally have kept it in my pocket this whole time and not shown it to anyone. But sure. Go away. I love you, Cass. If I was going to cosplay as anyone, it would be you. But it's not, so bye.
All right. Don't be long. Robots, they're giving...
Yes,
They
yes.
didn't know who they were messing.
Okay, now it's time to get Arcade for Old Lang Syne. Alright, Arcade, come with me
What's
if
up?
you want to live. Yeah, come with me.
Back in your good graces again? I know you'd see the light.
And on that note, I've been Zombie Cleo. This has been Fallout New Vegas. Class dismissed.